Hi YouTube, just a quick video that's got nothing to do with real programming but plenty to do with Xcode. What I'm going to show you right now is a feature built into Xcode for finding and replacing text in text-based files. That means anything written that can be opened in something like Text Wrangler or the text app, which just pure text, human readable text. Now, what I need to do here is I'm working on Swift 3 of my programming Swift series, and some of these files are taken from the book Swift 2, and it all needs to be updated because the Swift 3 language is a complete revamp of Swift and how it imports things in from the Cocoa and UI Kit and all of the Apple libraries, and so it's code breaking. That means that everything I wrote in Swift 2 will only work on Swift 2. And it won't work with Swift 3 and won't compile well at all in Xcode 8 when it gets released. So when I write these books, I do most of the writing in this program down here called Blue Griffin. This is great for writing XML5 files and working with graphics, etc. And it has some nice features for when you're producing source code alongside normal text. So that's why I use that program there. But when I compile the actual finished chapters, including the introductions and the contents page and all that, I use a program called Sigil. Now, the reason I use Sigil is because Sigil produces the metadata inside an EPUB file. So it produces the table of contents, it produces the OPS files, and all of the technical details that make an EPUB work. What it actually does to produce table of contents files, it scans for headers. So XML and HTML headers, H1, H2, H3, etc. These headers become the entries in the table of contents. So I'll just show you an example here. I'll open this file, for example, Swift 3 chapter 11, and what I will do is I will go over here and I'll say open that file with Xcode 7.31. So this is the text file. Xcode can open any kind of text file, including its, of course, Swift source code files. And this is the raw XML. Not XML, xhtml. In other words, HTML5. Now the problem I have is that I'm going to be putting these back into Sigil later to generate the basic first draft of the EPUB file once I'm happy with all of the chapters. The problem is that as I move these chapters around, because I've taken most of these files from the Swift 2 book and I'm rewriting, it already has these Sigil ID tags on the headers. So this complete line here would be chapter 11 section 1 header creating a class. This is in the header 2 style, and Sigil has injected this tag where it starts with ID and then the closing quote over here. Now this number 137 is the current header number, and that means way back in chapter 1 it started with ID 1 and then 2 and then 3 and so on. So these tags that I need to replace, what I actually do is I need to remove them so that they look like that. before I put them back into Sigil. Now I'm just going to press Command Z and bring that back. Obviously I can't do a simple search and replace because I can't just search for that and then replace it, because it will only search for the ID 137 and then it will stop. So I need to be able to do a kind of pattern matching search, which is very similar to regular expressions. Now, you could use regular expressions on this if you have a tool that supports searching with regular expressions, but they're quite difficult to learn. There are tools available in the Mac App Store and they cost money. Why do that when Xcode can do it all for free? So now I know what I'm looking for. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to copy from and including the white space just after the number 2 there. So there's a space here, and I'm going to copy all the way over to the closing quote. So I press Command C for copy, and then I'm going to go up into the Xcode Find menu. I'm going to say Find and Replace. Now I'll delete that that's already in there, so we can build this up from scratch. Now this field is asking me what do I want to search for, a string matching and then this pattern, and this is what I'm going to replace with. Now down here in the replacement string I'm going to keep this empty, so I'm going to close that back down to a regular H2 heading tag. Now here I need to do some pattern matching, so now I'm going to press Command V and put that in. Now right now it's just a string literal, so it's going to match exactly what I put there, and that's not what I want. So what I want to do is I want to get rid of these numbers to start with, and then I'm going to get rid of that space in front of ID like that. Now here's a cool part that I recently found out about in Xcode. On this magnifying glass here, which is the search type, I can press the disclosure button and I can say insert pattern. So I'm going to insert a pattern here. Now we're positioned at the front, so the first pattern I want to insert is a white space. Now that will match any number of white space characters that come before the ID tag there. So that's great. Then I'm going to get rid of that, and then you can see there that now that I've removed the closing quote, it is now matching from the white space character all the way through ID and then the underscore. So now I need to match any number of digits. Again, back up here and say insert pattern and say digits. There you go. And now it's matching all the way from the white space character and any number of digits. And then the final part is just to close that search pattern off with the single double quote there on the end, and there you have it. It will go through the entire file now, and it will match this pattern, a white space, this string, this literal string, then digits. It could be 1, 2 or 3 digits or 4 digits if the book is long enough, and then finally the double quote. I then click on all, and it goes through the whole file and cleans out all of those sigil tags. Now this is just an example of how I use it. You could use it to match any type of string, and as you could see there in the pattern options, there are all sorts of cool things you can put in to mix and match variations of text that you need to replace. So that was it. Just a quick video. Very useful for me, might be useful to you. Again, you can see it's done a great job of it down here as well. So any text-based files, text, HTML, XML, you can go through complete files using this really cool pattern matching feature, and it doesn't have to be a Swift source code file. So that's just a little tip. Hope you enjoyed it. see you soon with more videos concerning Xcode and Swift programming. Bye for now.